All right, we're going to start off with some sports news since we haven't really talked about sports in a couple episodes.
Okay, so
It has been a minute.
basically, long story short, we have Deshaun Watson, probably the third best quarterback in all of football right now. His team has been run horribly. They had left him with no weapons. T.J. Watt, the face of the J.J. Watt, the face of the franchise, requested to leave. They let him leave. He went to Arizona Cardinals. So long story short, he requested a trade, and they don't want to trade him. So they've been going back and forth. He's been talking about loyalty, how they lied to him, this and the other. And so everybody's been on Deshaun Watson's side for about a month or two now, like what's going on, Then last week, a week or two before the trade deadline, a story comes out about a sexual assault based on Deshaun Watson. Now we're 4 or 5 days later, and we're 2 weeks later, and 14 women have come forward.
Damn, 14?
14 different women.
All service workers in the health and wellness industry.
So they're all masseuse, but athletic massage therapists or whatever, actual qualified people. And they all say that he did inappropriate things. Some of them are egregious. Some of them say they were just made to feel uncomfortable. The allegations range anywhere from
expose himself to forced to touch his genitals.
So now this is why this is scary, and this is why I thought you guys should be triggered. Deshaun Watson is one of the most admirable players in the NFL because of what he does off the field. The amount of charity he does, I don't think is comparable to many people in the NFL. He's literally second to none. Always front line, any issue, giving money, giving lunches, And he's actually a staple of that Texas community. So the scary thing is he could be doing all that good and secretly be the Pied Piper. And the other scary thing is the team had to have known.
Because of 14 women, someone's complained.
The team had to have known. So the scary thing is now that he's requested a trade, and they don't want to trade him, but he might be done playing football at this point. What do you do? 14 women? This is serial.
I think it even said that in the
But
article.
then it's also, we're in 2021, so I listened to Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp said he's had the same masseuse since 1999. He flies her out once a month or something like that, and for a week she'll work out on him. She'll work out. And he says, if I have any parts that are tightened, I'll tell her to specifically work on that area, that are tight. But he says, every time I've been to one of those, they tell you to dress to your comfort level. After you dress to your comfort level, if you need to rotate or whatever, they're supposed to give you your time to do that. But he said, obviously, you're around a bunch of athletes as well. So you're going to see genitals. Chances are you're going to touch genitals on accident just based off what your job is. But to this extent, that 14 women, so is this and we don't know the level of anything. So is this a result of 2021 and just the manhunt type thing, or is this a serial person who's really secretly been hiding really a real perverseness behind all his good acts and deeds? This is crazy. 14 women in 2 weeks have come out. This is Bill Cosby territory, my boy. Numbers wise.
No, I mean, this is one of the egregious ones right here. So apparently one of the lawsuits, doesn't say her name, but forced her to perform oral sex on him during a December 2020 massage. The woman claims that after Watson aggressively started dictating the massage and where he wanted plaintiff to touch him on his body, he began forcibly telling her to move her hand down to his public area before forcing her to perform oral sex on him.
Did she do it? Did she actually
performed?
Yeah,
put the show on.
That's the crazy part. That's
sorry,
what the
that's
investigation's going to yield. But yeah.
The lawsuit says the victim blacked out for a few minutes out of fear during the encounter and was confused and terrified.
I'm not going to say anything about the victims.
I don't know. I can't speak.
I can't.
Because I don't know anything about blacking out.
I just think it's scary. That caught me off. That's why I said I didn't want to speak, Gene.
No, yeah, that caught me off guard, too. I'm not going to lie. But I don't know what that's like. Straight up, I can't,
I think it's scary. I think this is
Definitely.
scary. Like 12 lawsuits.
Jeez, watch allegedly forced a woman
That's
to perform
rowdy.
oral sex on him, wrapped his legs around her neck, and told her to perform more.
That's like the fucking the Sonya Blade move. that she
Yeah.
grabbed
Yeah.
and fucking, like that's fucked up. Like
Keep going. That's crazy. That's
Touching them
rape.
with his genitals. Sorry for laughing. Intentional infliction of emotional distress. I didn't even know that was a thing.
So, but on the other side, if this is all
He's
made up,
apparently made threatening remarks. They claimed that to prevent them from coming forward.
dude, what it, if this is fake, then it's also this has to be from the team. Like, there's no angle from this that
Jeez. Look at this. I know you have. This is what I'm guessing she's alleging. He said, I know you have a career and a reputation. I know you would hate for someone to mess with yours, just like I don't want anyone messing with mine.
and the lawyer they hired is a big time lawyer too,
Jeez.
especially in Texas.
that one guy's representing all 14 women.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Busby.
He's handled some pretty big cases.
So he has planned to turn evidence over to the Houston Police Department and would request a grand jury review of
'Cause
the
no-
allegations. Okay.
No legal charges have been brought against him. It's just all it's a civil court. It's a civil case.
Last week he filed the first of the lawsuits. And Watson has denied with a statement saying he had never treated a woman with anything other than the utmost respect.
But 14, dude, like the number makes it so overwhelmingly hard to believe.
Within a matter of what? Was that 2 weeks or a week?
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
14 women have come every day. Every day, for 14 days, a new woman.
Yeah, it
came
kind of feels
out.
like they organized.
That's what like. But who organized it? I still think the team is
They were
involved
probably
somehow.
like a battered women's like social group or something like that. Maybe on social media they were talking about.
Oh, you're talking about when they came out? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I still feel like the team is involved somehow. I feel like I honestly think he did. I just it's hard for me to think 14 women would come out and all 14 women would coordinate a lie. Like I find
It's
that
a little extreme,
it's
right?
a little
to be
extreme. Like
like
it's overkill.
yeah, yeah.
For it to be
Yeah.
fake, it's overkill.
Like you could have stopped after the third one, but you went to 14.
14 different women.
He's just Sonya blading him.
Dude, it's hard not to imagine it. Every time you say it, it's like, what the heck?
Because it's such a
It's
act. Like, dude, like how did
Well, who
you
thinks
why
of
would you
that?
do that?
Yeah, well, exactly. Like I would never. That's
I'm
weird.
saying, like the level of darkness that he has to be hiding. I think that's wild.
All right, it just goes in pretty much the money issues and
Yeah.
evidence stuff. Okay.
Yeah, I do agree with John. It's a little scary because after a while, like recently with all the like, it feels like we're living in an inquisition, dude. Where we're just going in Puritan style and just taking out people for impurities for things they did. But I actually feel a little bit different with this one, especially with the descriptions of the case.
I was about to say, I'm like, this is kind of different to
Yeah.
that. This is a
'Cause
little
I thought it
more
was leading down that road
egregious.
again, but then the explanation to the forceful attempts, I'm just like, damn, okay.
I
There might
think
be something to that.
I think what's
'cause
scary
that's-
too is the lengths people are willing to go to hide their darkness or even the level of their.
Or
I
as
just
Jordan
feel like
Peterson
it's
calls
just
it,
more.
their shadow.
Honestly speaking,
Mhm.
I feel like this is more prevalent than not like the abuse, and obviously, you know what I'm saying, but I feel like the idea, the without the abuse, but that holding of like I have a dark sexual, like
Honestly, I don't
See-
even know if it's a dark sexual thing. I feel like it's more of a childish thing. I feel like that's something you do when you're a kid, like even to your friends or to a girl, just
Rape?
to be. No. I'm talking about the Sonya Blade thing. I'm not letting that go.
I knew
I'm
what
sorry.
you meant. I just thought John's fucking interjection was hilarious. I got you the first time, but that shit was funny.
Wasn't the Sonya Blade thing like mouth rape?
No,
or
you're
something?
not. You're not. I mean, I completely agree with you. I just don't understand why specifically did you extend your legs out, wrap
And
around her
wrap
head,
her-
and then pull her in? It's like, dude, that's
Power.
either it's dark, like you said, or it's a level of childishness. And I'm not trying to. When I say childish, I'm not trying to associate a level of innocence to it. It's
Okay,
just.
let me ask you a question. What do you think his face looked like when he did it? Do you think he was smiling or giggling?
Okay, well, see,
Yeah.
to this,
Really?
I actually think of like.
I think he was.
Well, I think like based off of what Gene's saying, like I kind of do agree. This is some shit like your older brother does to you and gives you like a noogie while he's got you like that. You know what I mean? But then this guy took it that crazy step where he was just like, "All right, now
So
suck me off."
you guys think
And
this
it's
is
like,
more
well, what the
childish than dark? Is my question.
No, it's definitely. I'm not saying it's one or the other. Why can't it be a combination of both?
I
Like,
don't
why
think-
can't this
I
be
don't
a
think there was-
childishness in him that he took to adulthood that has evolved into a very dark habit he has?
I don't think it's childish then, because that's an adult action. Like, there's no childishness in that. Like, I once the sex part is involved, it's not childish anymore. You guys are
goes back
calling
on-
it childish because the Sonya Blade
Yes,
reference.
that's honestly
So-
what I'm.
and-
That's
and-
what I'm.
and I
In
keep
that
hearing
regard,
her-
you're right. It's not childish.
And
But
I
I'm
keep
talking about the
hearing her.
Sonya guard.
And I keep hearing her.
The
I
leg.
keep hearing her say the sound like the whoo. Like I keep hearing her. Like I keep hearing. I keep hearing Sonya Blade. So I agree with you. Like I'm saying this, I'm smiling, unfortunately, but like I don't think he giggled or laughed when he did that with his legs. I think he was getting his dick sucked.
Maybe that just goes to
So
like, I don't
think-
understand it. That's why. Like that's
I'm just saying-
weird. I don't know.
I don't
I
giggle
think he
when
did
I get
laugh,
my.
man.
I don't giggle when I get my dick sucked. Do y'all?
No, it's not necessarily the action of getting his dick sucked. It's
It's-
the action of.
Choking her, choking sexually is a thing. It's not a funny thing. It's not a childish.
think he
it's- I think
Triangled
did
her.
giggle,
He
man.
got her
I mean,
in a
at this point-
triangle.
I think
Yeah,
I think he was
honestly-
choking her while she was sucking his dick. You're gonna have to, unfortunately, like
Now we're trying to assume the. I don't know, bro.
he crossed his legs. Where was his legs? Around her neck.
No, okay. I don't want to imagine this too deep.
He
dog.
he halfway 619'd her. Rey Mysterio, like like he had the legs cutting off her circulate. Like
Did it
first
say
off,
he was choking her? Like that. I guess that's where our disconnect is.
I think that's
You're
what it is.
assuming he wrapped his legs around her, the attempted
and
choking
choke-
her, and
while
like
she was
yeah.
but-
I think it was just him being like. I guess the word Doc and I are, and Doc, tell me if you agree or not. How I see
lazy.
it. Not lazy.
Put
No.
his legs on her shoulders.
Just
and,
so arrogant and confident in the moment that no
Yeah,
matter what
that
I
way.
do, she's going to do what I say. So I'm gonna be a like I said, a child, and just be the older brother bully mentality to my siblings, whether it was a sister or a brother. Wrap my legs around you, get my exposed genitals all up in your face, and be like, "You're gonna suck," like something stupid and annoying like that.
I agree. I just think it's weird that we're using the word childish. Because
What would you call that action besides childish? Then help me out.
It's rape. It's just power. It's just, like he used
You're
his
not-
power. Like it had nothing to do with when you're bullying your little brother. What is the sentiment? How do you feel? Like what is it that you're gaining from it? You know what I'm saying?
It's a power
It's a
thing.
power dynamic for
Exactly.
sure. But
You're exercising your dominance over your.
exactly. But there's a limit to that because of the dynamic of brother and sister or sibling.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's not. Why do you have that childish dynamic with a stranger, with a massage person? That's not.
Why?
That's
But
not
that's
the
the
dynamic.
that's the thing that like I mean clearly like if that I mean because it's an alleged situation we don't know yet for sure but if it did happen like at that
think
point
that's-
like, what's
that's
to deny
too
that he's just a
weird.
sick like
That's
and
what
that
I'm
he
saying.
just
He's
did it.
sick.
No, yeah, I'm not
But
disputing that
I don't
either.
get why we're saying childish. I'm not bothered. I just really am confused by the word.
'Cause you can be a
childish
sick-
means
can
you
be
know no better.
childish.
Yeah, I agree
Childish
with that,
means
yeah.
you know no better. Like childish means like
I disagree.
That's why when
would-
I said it,
like
I don't want to associate level of innocence to it. That's why if you have a better word for it, help me out because I want to use the word childish, but I don't want to
Evil?
associate the word, but associate the innocence that comes with something being childish.
it was wicked. It was evil.
You're
It was
right.
like,
I
completely
agree with
that.
wicked. Yeah, it's wicked, but
I just don't want to use the word child because child associates a level of innocence.
Yeah.
And like he Sonya bladed her. Like finished. Like he. Did
I don't think
some-
so. Like it doesn't have to you don't have to be innocent to be childish. Like you can be a prick and be a little, a child. Like you can, I mean, children murder cats and stuff like that and grow up into serial killers and it's just like that person was being childish at that time, and
Man,
they
I
never
was
grew
that
out of
kid.
it.
Okay,
I killed my
disconnect.
cousin's class pet when I was a kid.
I guess
God
this is my
forgive me.
disconnect. When you're a
Yeah, but you
child
didn't murder
and you do
it, like-
childish things, that's childish. You can call somebody childish or say they did something childish, but when they grow up and they know better, and this is something to this extent, I think the word childish is out of the window because they're no longer a child. It's not just
I understand what you're saying.
act.
That I don't know, Doc. You help me out there, because like I said, like I wanted to use. That's why I said earlier before I even went on, we started this whole rant is I wanted to use the word childish, but not associate with the innocence thing. Because there's a better word for it. I don't know what. I don't think wicked.
Well, I mean,
is-
I've always lived by the saying of always be childlike but never childish. So to me, I discern the two in two different ways. Like there's a difference between being like, hey buddy, let's get some pizza, and hell yeah, and there's a difference between being like, no, that's mine.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And like it's just like,
Okay,
dude, you're
but
childish.
let me
like-
explain that. Okay, so then let's differentiate the childishness then. Okay, childish when we're talking about it, right? I mean, the example
level of immaturity. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for.
Exactly. But listen to his example. He said you can be childish. Da 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 da. If you break that down, what was he being? He was being jovial. We associate those things to being childish or a child, childlike. He said be childlike, but not childish, I believe. So we can associate certain attributes or characteristics to being a child, but that's not a child. Like that's not the definition of a child. We're just associating those things to a child. So when we
you
say
can associate those same things to a sick person.
yeah,
Who's
but
just enacting them.
but when you're
Whether
using the word
he's conscious or
childish,
or not unconscious of them, like it doesn't matter. Like you can, you have the Joker. The Joker's childish, but he's maniacal, and you can explain the same thing in this person.
That makes sense to me.
it makes sense to me, but I can't.
All right, let's move on.
I can't. Because no, you're an adult. You're an adult. You've lived the whole life. I'd rather
How
the
do we
word
go
immature.
from
I'd rather the word immature,
Watson
but
with the
childish.
14 women trying to
Calling
like.
him- while she was sucking his dick, childish.
Well, see, I don't know if she in the
It's
Let's go
read
back
it.
and read it.
Read
Where was it? It was up top, right? Now I have to understand exactly what they said about that, because I feel like. So Watson exposed to that blah blah blah, wrapped his legs around her neck and told her to. So see that's why I associate the childishness. So he in the moment, I guess, whenever position where she was massaging his legs, he decided to wrap his legs around her and be like,
Her neck. So what type of sexual acts do you think?
we don't know if she did it or not. It doesn't say she did. It's just said
She performed oral sex already. That's out of the way.
okay. It says alleged
part-
forced the performal of
That part's out of the way. No, that's childish though. Wrapped his legs around her neck and told her to perform more.
I don't know, bro.
I know it's semantics that we're talking about. This whole
It's
conversation
fake
is
things,
semantics.
what we do.
But it's just, I can't. You can be childish and positive. There's nothing positive about his
But
actions.
you can also be childish and
And
negative.
negative.
I think you said it
exactly.
yourself, though, man. Childish and immature, it's the same thing, though, in my mind. I mean, they're just synonyms.
I agree. Hey, thanks for watching a clip of Fake Deep Thinking. If you like what you heard, be sure to subscribe, like the clip, leave a comment, and check out our page for more content. Full episodes of Fake Deep Thinking are released every Friday on Podbean, iTunes, and Spotify. Peace.